Good morning. Once again, I welcome you to another video, fellow Titanic lovers, fellow ship lovers, and fellow lovers of historic vessels. It feels like I've been waiting a year for this package, and I finally got it in yesterday. Late last night, I opened up the door and I had seen it on the stoop, and I am so excited. I've shown you several Titanic models in the past, and this one has me almost as excited as the Trumpeter 1/200 scale one. This one is the Revell 1/400 scale, but what makes it special, because I've shown you the 1/400 scale Revell in the past, the anniversary edition, but this one is actually the Technik. Now, I've shown you Technik kits in the past, the USS Enterprise, with the sounds and the lighting, but this is the R.M.S. Titanic. And this one has the realistic light. You can see that beautiful light in the decks. You can see the components and the functions, the sounds. And they look like they're going to come from the speaker system that's going to be under the glass dome, or where the grand staircase will be, but we'll see. 1/400, 262 parts. Now the box, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let me show you guys the box. Because I've shown you the 1/400 scale kits before, and the boxes weren't these really big. That's the front of the box. The beautiful illustration of her on the front with the icebergs. You can see it's starting to crumble as she hits. Beautiful. Just a beautiful artistic illustration of the ship. All right, so let's take a look at the side of the box. You can see 2020 release, but I didn't get it until now. Revell.de. This is number 00458. And this is electronic kit number 6980. You can see the model, the illustration of the build, looking really nice. The cranes. You see a lifeboat. And it has some information about the kit. So let me read this to you. I'll try to put this on. Complex multi-part model kit of R.M.S. Titanic, the legendary ship that sank into the icy water of the North Atlantic. Electronic components that were specifically adapted to the model kit can be directly installed and feature physical plug-in connections, LEDs to illuminate the hull, navigation lights, pre-programmed control for the recreating realistic scenarios, sound module with authentic ship sounds, battery box that require 4 1.5 volt AA batteries, detailed hull with structured paneling, lifeboats and davits, stairs, detail decals, and decorative stripes. So this is going to be really fun, and the rest is in, they're all in different languages. So let's try to get it over to the side and show you the ends of the box. And I'm thinking that it's going to be the same. Yep, it's the same on both ends. So let's show you the back of the box. You can see that beautiful, beautiful box. Again, it feels like I've been waiting a year for this. And the box is pretty large, so in order to get it all, I'm going to just pan over. And I'll show you the pictures. You can see with the sound, they got the speaker, kind of like for the Enterprise that I showed you guys. Pre-programmed control unit for recreating realistic scenarios, sound module with authentic ship sounds. So that's going to be really fun. Over on this side, electronic components that are specifically adapted to the model kit can be directly installed and feature practical plug-in connectors, LEDs to illuminate the hull, and navigation lights. That's just awesome. And what is this? Some more information about the model. And you can see a beautiful picture of the finished model on the back. The box is so large I had to had to put you down while I flipped it over. Okay, so it shows you the colors. Again, 00458. We got the painting guide, or the painting key. You can see the products from Revel. Non-assembled plastic model kit. Adhesive, paints not included. Required for results similar to the images illustrated. You can see the beautiful illustration. And some more information about the kit. So now that we've seen all sides of the box, now we could take it over to the modeling desk and I'll show you guys what's inside. Okay, so it's so big, I think I'm going to have to do it this way. Kind of like I had a real problem showing you the 1/200 scale trumpeter Titanic. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it out of the, well, I'm going to take the lid off and then I'll show you what's inside. So you can see when you open up the box, it's got a lot of cardboard. And the first thing we see, it's the hull. So let me get a tripod and then I'll show you guys the hull. Because the box is so large, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the pieces out in plastic. I'll show you how it's boxed, and then we'll take them over to the desk and I'll show you guys in more detail. So this is the bow section. It's the hull, and I think that's all that's in this part of the cardboard. Yep. So let's see how this opens up. Oh, so this kind of opens up. And you can see the inside. Let's see. Looks like we have the spool of thread for the rigging. We got a package. It looks like everything is molded in white except for the hull. You can see there. Looks like there are 4 trees in this section. Again, we'll take it over to the desk. In this section, this bag has, looks like there's 2 large trees. And that's everything for the parts. It looks like this would be the instructions. Yep, the instruction sheet. And of course, I'll put up the instructions for you guys as we go along. And that's everything that's in the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything over to the desk and it'll be a lot easier to show you guys. All right, so it's a little easier to show you guys in here with the tripod set up. So I just wanted to show you the way everything was packaged. So the first thing that we had to show you guys is the hull. And it looked like there are a couple of trees in here. You guys can see this looks like it's going to go for the bracing or the bulkheads. Let's put that aside. And I think I see another one. Yep. I guess there's 3 of them, because if there'd be 4, it'd be another double tree. A tree with 2 of them. So again, these are more bulkheads. Is that everything that's in the... Yep. So let's go ahead and pop that tape. You can see, we'll take out, and being in typical Revell fashion, we've got the hull in two different sections. Now, if you guys remember the 1/400 scale, you guys remember the 1/400 scale Academy, the Titanic was in one piece, the hull was solid. Now, I showed you guys the 1/400 scale Revell Titanic, and that was for the 100th anniversary edition. I think that was in 2/2 as well. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and double check that. You can see the beautiful, beautiful hull. See the aft end. You can see the deck, the hull plating, the promenade decks, those wonderful windows. Now this has got a lighting kit with it, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go ahead and drill out all the portholes. Because come on, you want it to look like what's on a box, right? Or as close to the original as possible. So, let's show you guys the inside. And this would be 05206B. I don't know if you guys could see the part number. Nice and solid. It's probably 1/8 of an inch thick. Plastic. All right, let's show you guys the port side. Let's see where the anchor's going to go. Promenade decks, the hull plating. Nice, all the way through to the stern. Beautiful ship, beautiful construction. Okay, that's going to bring us to the first parts tree. Let's put this aside for now. This is actually the electronics. So let's see if we can put that over there. And you can see the first package, first bag. So let's just pop the tape on that. Let's see, we got our first parts tree. You can see where the smokestack's going to go. And would that be for the grand staircase, the aft end? I'm not sure. You can see some walls. And again, these windows aren't open, so we'd have to drill if we want it open. You know, for these windows, because they're so small, I don't know, and how fancy they look. I don't know, maybe a micro drill and use some of the fiber optics. I don't know. But we'll see. You can see more of the windows. Those beautiful, iconic windows. And there appear to be handrails. Alright, that's the first tree. Alright, looks like we have a section of the boat deck. And it could be the grand staircase. Let's see, the Marconi room would be around on this side or this side. I'm not quite sure in my orientation. And you can see the nice walls, those beautiful windows. And again, it's not impossible to drill them out that way. They probably even have somewhere out there a photo etch set of those windows. But we'll see. And looks like we come to our first part of the deck section. Let's see, this looks like it could be the promenade deck. You guys can see the planking. Very nice. And looks like we have the compass tower. We have some staircases and some hand railing. And looks like over here we have the decking, the deck vents. And we got some lifeboats, because there are two on each ones at the beginning of these sections of davits. I'm thinking that that's going to go all the way forward. And look, they have the grand staircase carved in and molded into the plastic like the Academy does. I don't remember if Revell had done that in the 100th anniversary edition. I'm not sure, but that's a nice touch. All right, that brings us, we got the smokestacks. Look at that. And the grills. Of course, the first three were real and the final stack was false. More for a display of power rather than use. And we got the other smokestacks. And with the smokestacks, we have the ladders that go on the smokestacks. And we have some more lifeboats, more davits. And we got a couple more of the lifeboats, the free lifeboats. And let's see, it look like that's a crane, winch, or a generator right there. And you can see the generators, staircases. Nice. Very nice. And that's everything in the first bag. So we got another bag. And it's got more of the decking. And it's actually got the stern and the bow. So let's go ahead and take the tape off. This tree is larger. Alright, so first thing, let's show you guys, we got the stern and the bow. That looks nice. I never get sick of seeing that. It's just like the Enterprise for me, the USS Enterprise from Star Trek. I never get tired of anything to do with that. I can look at a million models and still be excited each time. And that's how it is with the Titanic for me. You see her propellers. Of course, the middle one was the turbine. You can see more of the walls. Let's turn it around so you can see the walls. Oh, and that's awesome. Look, you guys see the keels. That's a nice touch. I don't know if they had done that in the 100th anniversary edition of the Titanic. If they had the keels separate, I'll have to check. But that's a really nice touch. You see more handrails. You can see the rudder. And it looks over here like we have more of the beautiful walls along the promenade deck. You see those windows. And on top you can see where the propeller shafts are going to be. And what is this? Bottom underneath it looks like the base. You can see the formation of the base. So you can see the anchors. I neglected to show you guys those. I don't see the center. Let's see. We got the port and starboard anchors. All right. Look, we got another large piece of deck. You can see this looks like the aft end of the well deck, the Aft Well Deck. You can see where the cranes are going to go. collards. You can see the crane for the bow. And it looks like those are to be rat lines. And we have some more, looks like railing, handrails. And then it looks like there's more decking, deck venting, ventilations. And then you can see the rear wheel. And this looks like the covers for the cargo hatches. Let me show you guys the forward well deck. Yeah, very nice. And believe it or not, that's all for the parts trees. So there's 6 parts trees. And let's go to this. This is the Revell Technik electronic kit for the Titanic. So let's open it up. This is going to be exciting. Nice. Okay. We've got the Titanic 1400 IT circuit board. And this is what gets connected to the power supply. Love it. And I'm thinking what we're going to do, like we did for the USS Enterprise, the Technik, they did a demo for you, for the sounds and for the lights, and I really think I want to do that for this too. I mean, why not? That's going to be fantastic. I'm dying to hear what they have for sound effects. Speaking of sound effects, here's the speaker. And this is 84043. A pretty good sized magnet for a speaker that small. It's probably going to be nice and loud. And these are nano white lights, connect to any 5 from the R.M.S navigation light. And we have a light strip, R.M.S Titanic, 1 strip, connect to any 9. And I'm thinking that this is going to go at the bottom of the superstructure. And this one goes into the hull. Well, this is hull right. That's the deck bridge. So you can see this is going to go in the hull. And that's going to connect to any 1. And here's the hull left. So there are going to be LED strips in the hull, so we're going to have to drill out the portholes. But that's okay. And is that everything? Yep, we got the power pack. The power supply takes 4 AA batteries connected to the circuit board. And that's going to go for the power. So this is going to be really fun. So what I want to do is I want to set it up, and I want to do a demo for you guys on the sounds that it's going to have. But what we're going to do first is we're going to go through the instruction sheet. So let's put this aside for now. And the first thing we have for the instructions, and of course I put pictures of everything up for you guys. This looks like it's going to be the, just the precautions, the safety precautions, and all that. The warnings, what to do, what not to do, liability, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so is there anything to usually put the, So on the inside, looks like the decal sheet. And that's going to go on the base. It's going to have a nice touch. You can see it's got kind of a rope-like effect. going around. And they have the striping, the gold striping. And you can see the British flag, as well as the United States flag, and the white star pennant. And I love the little notices. I don't know if, I hope the camera can pick that up for you guys. The notice or the propellers. The R.M.S. Titanic. Titanic of Liverpool. So these are very nice. And these are water slide decals. So we'll put this back. And I think that's everything that's gonna be loose in here. Yep, so now let's look at the instruction sheet itself. See the picture of the finished model. And before you start, it gives you the precautions, the tools that you're going to need, how to go about making the model. And it's going to show you the sections, the key, those areas that need to be glued, painted. You see the rigging. And this looks like it could be the color code. Like, I'm guessing it's like what was on the side of the box. And we get to a parts list. So you can see the hull, the starboard, the port that I showed you. It's got 2 trees for the bulkheads. And then we had the 2 large parts trees, the 2 smaller ones, and then the 2 real smaller ones. So we already had seen those. And the parts tree for the lighting kit. We get the hull left, the hull right, port and starboard navigation light, the front mast navigation light, the deck and the bridge lights, and the speaker. And of course we have the power box. And we have the IT circuit board. So that's going to be really fun. I can't wait to set that up. And you can see this is a guide. I'm thinking where the lights are going to be. Like a little lighting guide. Kind of like the Enterprise from AMT that I had done, the fiber optic. And this is going to show you how to put the power box, power it. You put the batteries in, 4 AA batteries. Just like the Star Trek USS Enterprise was, and Technik. A lot of different languages. Non-rechargeable batteries may not be charged a combination than the usual. So, that might be it for the parts list. Let's see. And this is where you're going to be gluing. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is where you got to drill. All windows and portholes must be drilled out. Now on the smaller version of the Academy, all the windows were, but even on the Academy, with the 1/400 scale version of the Academy, I want to say the windows were drilled out, but I'm not sure. But on this kit, we have to drill them out. So here we go with the instructions. So you can see the first thing we're going to do is do the formation of the base. And you can see the decal that's going to go on. And then you can see we're going to get the hull ready. You can see where they're having you notch out a little area for the wires and stuff. So, you can see where the lights are going to go in. So the hull light, the left side. You can see how they're going to look. And how they're going to go. And that's going to go actually at the bottom. of the hull. You can see the addition of the bulkheads, and we bring it together. You can see where the shaft, propeller shaft housings are going to go, and the addition of the propellers. And you can see there's actually, you can see how it's going to be attached to the base through the tabs are going to go at the bottom of the ship, so that's what we were notching out. Okay. Let's move on. You can see the deck and where you're going to start with the rigging. And we put it near the light. We have a light strip. And I'm going to tell you where to tape the wires. Nice. We got more rigging. We're going to put the crane at the bow. Looks like the aft wheel and the aft observation deck. You can see the benches at the poop deck. You can see the formation of the observation platform, where the wheel is going to go, the aft wheel, and the addition of the vents. And you can see we formed the cranes. And it looks to show you how to get the handrails prepared. Put them in hot water. Off Kynan, Wasser, Bagan. I think that's warm water. Do not use boiling water. You can see how you kind of mold to get them to fit into place, and you can see the handrails that go on the staircases. You can see the staircase is going to go into the well deck, the aft well deck. We got the cranes, 2 more of the cranes. Formation and placement of the frame, the forward cranes. It shows you where to cut the pieces out. That way there the light will come up. What I'd probably like to do is I'll put the reflective paint, the chrome paint, on the inside pieces to maximize the light. You can see the deck going on, the promenade deck. You see, I think those are going to be windows and handrails. You can see the superstructure starting to come together. Placement of the cranes, and looks like more cutting. We want that light to come all the way up to the top, to the boat deck. You see the staircases. It's another little interesting change, I think. I don't really recall seeing if they had separate staircases in the 400th anniversary, the 100th anniversary edition of the 1/400 scale. You can see more of the rigging. Is that going to go for the smokestack, or is that going to go for the Marconi room? I'm not sure. Maybe the Marconi room, but we'll see. You can see the lifeboats that are going to go up on the top deck where the smokestacks are. You can see the Marconi room, the bar that goes across behind the funnel. More formation of the deck. A lot more handrails. And again, they probably have a photo etch set for this. That would be just amazing. Although the plastic handrails aren't that bad on this. You see more of the handrail placement. And you can see where the smokestack's going to go, and they're going to have the rigging to hold the smokestacks in place. More rigging, preparation for the smokestack, and a little building that's going to go on top of the deck. On the very top. More placement of handrails. When we get to the formations of the smokestacks, you see the different colors and the grills that are going to go in and the colors of the grills. And you can see how they're going to have you get the rigging. It's an interesting kind of loop in and out. And we put the caps on top of the smokestacks. And we have the port and starboard navigation lights. That's going to be a nice touch. And the davits with the lifeboats. And you can see the masts, the formation of the masts and the handrails. I'm sorry, not the handrails, the rat lines. You can see the light that's going to go up. That's going to be really nice. I had planned to do that on my Trumpeter 1200 Titanic. But this is nice that they have already thought of that. And it's going to come in the lighting kit. All that beautiful rigging from Titanic. I'm glad they put the rigging in the instructions. More to finish off the rigging. You can see the decal placement. And that's it. The back pages are all blank. So, my friends, that's everything that's included in this wonderful kit. The Technik R.M.S. Revel 1400 Titanic scale model kit. So what we're going to do now is this is going to be really, really fun. I want to hear the sounds. So let's go ahead and we're going to hook up some of the things for the kit, the electronic part of this kit. And there was no screw for this one. It kind of clicks into place. And we got it in the off position. Okay, so this is the speaker, and we connect to speaker connection on the circuit board. And we got the brains of the ship, or the brains of the model. Let's get the PC board, or excuse me, the IT board. All right, so let's see. You guys can see they're numbered 0, 1, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11. And on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you can see, yeah, I just wanted to make sure you guys can see those two pins coming out from the middle of the speakers. So I just wanted to make sure that we didn't hook them up in the wrong area. So these are the speakers, and we're going to hook them up. Not so much hook them up, all we do is we put the, push them in. Just like that. And this alligator clip is going to go into the power supply. I don't want to clip it in all the way. Okay, so now we have the circuit board. We've got the speakers hooked up. Now let me just take this, you know what, let's just do we're going to do one. I'm not going to light up everything. I just want to show you guys of the sound, most importantly. So we're going to hook this up, and this is going to go connect to any one. So when they mean any one, there's a one on the front and a one on the back. So we'll just, the one on the front and the one on the back, you can see that they had the same number, so that's because one is positive and one is negative. So we're going to hook this up to a number 1. So that goes in pretty nice. And you can see where this is going to hook in to a number 1 on the other side, but it's going to be in the female. All right, so why don't we give it a try? We're going to put the lights, we're going to flip the switch on a power supply. Nice. So we have the horn of the ship. We have the sounds of people cheering. And you know what? Let me put the fan off, and I'm going to take, let's see, I want to get the navigational lights. Let's see. The mast, port and starboard lights. So let's put these on. Okay, so in addition, I hooked up, we have one of the hull light strips plugged in, and we have the port and the starboard navigation lights and a speaker. So let's go ahead. We're going to flip the switch back on. So that was pretty cool. You could see the navigation lights light up, and you could see the lighting for the ship. And the speaker actually has some of the sound effects. We've got the ship's horn. Let's do it one more time. And that, my friends, was the Technik R.M.S. Titanic from Revell. Been waiting a long time for this, and I'm so psyched. This is going to be a fun build. Really fun build. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Take care.